Hello, dear Capricorns, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. I'm Michaela. Welcome to my astrology channel, Today Energy. And this video is a astrological monthly forecast, especially for you for the upcoming month of July. Capricorns, it's going to be overall an interesting month, exciting because the planet of communication and thinking, Mercury, is moving very quickly through the sky, passing almost 3 signs in 1 month, making a lot of aspects with other planets. So we're mentally enhanced and stimulated, keen to learn, to travel, to move, to meet people. At the same time, we will feel collectively the harsh push influence of the planet Pluto, which is in the very late degrees of your sign. Hold on, Caps. Pluto will be just for about a year or so in your sign, then it goes into the next one, Aquarius. But yeah, that's significant for this month too. And the end of the month will be interesting because we have a re-triggering of the energy we all felt on certain extent last year, 2021. That energy was of the square between your ruler Saturn and Uranus. So briefly, Uranus is about progress, independency, being in the future, being free. And Saturn is about time, traditions, effort, obstacles, regulations, something from the past. So, of course, it felt 2021, and now in July might feel like pushing the accelerator and the brakes at the same time. So basically, whatever you feel and whatever happens in your life in the last, let's say, week of July might come to an ending of the story, resolution, decisions, discharging of this energy already in the autumn, September, October, when Saturn and Uranus will make their last final square, and then already the tension will be relieved. But let's start from the very beginning. On the 2nd of July, we have an intense day because the 2 aggressive planets, Mars being in Aries right now in your 4th house, squares Pluto in Capricorn in your 1st house. Well, that's a day of power struggles and feeling controlled, pushed, nervous, even irritated and aggressive, basically. Pluto tends to collect things, like pile up, rather, that's the word, pile up, anger, frustration, fears, desires, but eventually, especially with such energy of piercing Mars, Pluto also explodes, and then we see this kind of like a mushroom cloud, right, in the sky. So in this case, you might explode really, and the provocation might come from your family members, your parents, your home environment. So of course, we should try to kind of express in a healthy way our feelings this day. On the other hand, you might be like the godfather. For me, Pluto in Capricorn, it's not only representing institutions like government, like people who hold power in their hands, but it's also kind of the patriarch of the family who knows the best. So maybe you will be the person who will try to reason people in your household on this day. Of course, also this square might bring big financial opportunities for you if you deal with property, real estate, or you are about to sell or buy a house or repair. Mars gives a lot of energy in your 4th house, so use it to finish maybe your reconstruction or decide where you want to live. As well, it's good for physical exercises at home to transform your body. Pluto is transformation. In your 1st house is about your look and body. We're lucky that this day, also 2nd of July, Mercury trines Saturn, your ruler, in your 2nd house. So Mercury is about thinking and self-expression, and Saturn gives us all structure, groundedness, reasonable acting and thinking, rational, practical. So it's good for you to stay cool-headed, and especially Mercury 6th house, Saturn 2nd. We're talking here about good business plans. It's good for work, for making money, and rational expenditures as well, like spend money in a very rational way too, reasonable. On the 5th, the tension goes down because Mars gets out of fiery Aries and passes to earthly, peaceful, calm down, grounded Taurus. Taurus for you is your 5th house, and wherever Mercury goes, there go our desires and passion, and for you it's your 5th house of romantic adventures, of love, passion, hobbies, holidays. So you can expect some fire in your romantic life, great fun with people you love, traveling or whatever you love doing. A lot of energy in your own private business projects if you have such passion really towards them, and of course great sport activities with kids, with your children. On the same day, Mercury goes into Cancer, and then Venus goes into Cancer as well on the 18th of July. For you, that's your 7th house. So what can be better? Here we have ignited the passion in the house of romance and pleasure, and now Mercury gives you the verbal articulation to speak with your partners, discuss, communicate, share. Venus in the 7th house. If you don't have a partner yet, it's a big chance you will find a special significant other. Venus brings joy, pleasure with your partners, but not only personal ones. Also, we're talking about here business partners, clients, advisors, maybe lawyers, whoever you have one-to-one relationships with. Now they can be very enjoyable and profitable. On the 9th, we have an exciting day because Mercury squares Jupiter. So that's a lot of mental stimulation, positive, optimistic thinking, expansion of social activities, meeting people, communication, great for traveling. And in your case, it's 7th, 4th house activation. So great to build plans, maybe for traveling, relocation with your partner, speak about your home environment. Maybe you have consultants who help you sell a house or buy one, this kind of real estate agents, right? Or maybe you are talking with direct clients, or maybe you're planning to buy property with your spouse. In any case, that can be a beneficial day for that. On the 13th, we have a full moon at 21 degrees of your sign. Dear Capricornians, you will feel this full moon, especially if your ascendant is around this degree. Well, full moon, it's usually some clarity, culmination, like you understand where you're standing, you see things clearly, and it's about you. It's about your health, your body. So maybe you will look at yourself in the mirror and be like, wow, I achieved it. All the body transformation and exercises I was doing for the last couple of months or years, right? And suddenly you see the great result. As well, first house is always connected to the opposite area. It's the 7th house of partnerships. So maybe you see your role in partnerships more clearly. You understand and you express what you want precisely in your one-to-one contacts and partnerships, maybe with as well with business partners. And of course, first house is all our personal projects, no matter in which area of life. So basically you might achieve some little or bigger culmination of something you have started even 2 weeks ago, even 6 months ago, or even 1 year and a half ago. Maybe you will be taking some important decisions. The same day Venus trines Saturn, 6th, 2nd house. So not only that Venus gives your ruler great charm and diplomatic abilities, but also it's a great day again for work and making money, also possibly spending money on pleasant things, as well as, I would say here, taking care of your health and body. On the 16th, we have Mercury conjunct the Sun, and the very precise conjunction happens at 10:15 p.m. That's Bulgarian Sofia time, Eastern European daylight saving time. You might want to check this time, like kind of adjusted according to your time zone, because it's nice if in this hour we're either kind of meditating or writing in our diary, because we can get some important messages, whether like insights or like aha moment. It can be, of course, coming as news, as information, as idea from someone. And because it happens in your 7th house, it might be really some brilliant proposition idea by your partner, or it can be about your partnership overall. Maybe you will realize what you truly want in the relationships, maybe what you lack or what you fear to build the perfect relationship, right? Because Mercury was considered always as the messenger of the gods, and Sun is like the highest deity. It's so respected planet in astrology because it gives us warmth, light, and life, most importantly. So in the moments when Mercury conjunct Sun, it's called Kazimi moment. For Mercury, it's like super enhancing. It's being in the middle of the disk of the Sun and receiving all its energy, like a private audience between the messenger and the king, right? So we can receive those important insights and news. On the 18th and on the 20th, they are a bit tougher days, because on the 18th Mercury and then on the 20th Sun, they oppose the planet Pluto. So of course opposition is about different opinions, it's about push and pull between people, sometimes contradictions, arguments, and it can feel like me against the system, yeah, because Pluto is, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, often it's about big finances, corporations, business, banks, government, and Mercury and Sun, of course, are very personal planets. It's interesting that the opposition between Mercury and Pluto is like a full moon, two objects exactly one in front of another. So every opposition is a culmination of a process that started when these two objects or planets were conjunct, like a new moon. And in this case, Mercury conjunct Pluto for the last time, not once, but 3 times, because Mercury was retrograding over Pluto, going back and forwards. That happened December 2021, January and February 2022. So whatever you planted as a seed, as a thought, as an idea, where if you started some project back then, now you can experience the tangible results, the clarity of where you are standing, what you have achieved. Maybe you are reaping what you sow, yeah, the results, or maybe you're making some adjustments. And in your case, that's the 7th first house. So once again, we're talking about relationships, communication with partners. Maybe you are the one, again, because Pluto is in your house, so you hold the power, you are the godfather, you are giving blessings and permissions and support, even financial, to people, granting favors, but expecting respect, right, Capricorns? For you, it's very important to have solid, tangible, long-lasting achievements, good status and respect in this life. And partners, on the other hand, they're the ones who shine because Sun, and they're the ones who talk to you, maybe are really asking advice or advising you in some matter from your 7th house. So possibly it's about a balance, right? Listening to others as well as kind of letting go of your own troubles and fears and desires to control and to manipulate, but be extremely, extremely frank and honest. That's where the real power is. And of course, make a lot of efforts. Pluto is super strong planet. Being in your 1st house, you are like literally unstoppable. Right. On the 19th, you see Mercury moves already into Leo, and 22nd, Sun moves into Leo as well, thus illuminating your 8th house. Sun is very happy in Leo, he rules Leo, and Mercury enhances the communication. 8th house is once again, it's about people you trust. It's about your intimate partners, relationships. It's about support that you receive from others, from them, from your family, from the bank. Here Sun can give you good charm and charisma to apply for scholarships and business financial support and so on. Also, these two planets in 8th house can give you possibility to conceive, right, to get pregnant. It can mean also, because 8th house is about our emotions and deep inner experiences, psychological ones, mostly coming from the past, from childhood and so on, traumatic experiences. So here Sun and Mercury can bring you wonderful friends, groups of support, therapists who can help you illuminate these inner traumas and fears, and basically deal with them in order to heal. On the 25th, we have Venus squaring Jupiter. That's a great day. It's like a super good day because it's between two benefic planets. Venus is the planet of the small pleasures, like good food, like a hug from a person we love, like nice holidays. And Jupiter is, of course, a big happiness of big achievements and discovering the world. Well, in this case, we have 7th, 4th house activation. So it can be a great day for representing your partner to your family, or spending a good time with a spouse and children and family. It might be a good time to choose a property where to relocate with your loved one, or have advice by professionals, consultants, advisors who deal with property management. Or it might be, again, psychologist, because 4th house is also your inner emotions and your past. So maybe you're sharing this with someone to feel relief. But basically, it can be a very positively exciting day. From the 26th to the 31st, Mercury, being in Leo, makes several squares with the other planets in Taurus, the other fixed sign. So first, Mercury will square Mars, then Uranus, and then Rahu, the North Karmic Lunar Node. All those three fellows are in your 5th house. It's exciting indeed, your love life, bringing something new, something exotic, maybe spicing up your intimate life with your partner. There is a lot of passion, there is a lot of unexpected moments, surprises. Rahu likes to jump to the future, expand everything. Maybe it's about having children, because Mercury in 8th house is thinking about either shared resources, so what you share with your partner, with your loved one. Are you ready to go to the next level, right? Have your common life, common home, family, children. So that's kind of on the horizon. Uranus might give something unexpected, or something with participation of modern science and technology. So it might be, let's say, IVF procedure, right? In vitro. And yeah, Rahu is also about the younger generation, children. So maybe, possibly you are a psychologist and suddenly you have to work with clients' children who come to you, brought by their families, right? And you need to help them. As well, 8th, 5th house can talk here about business and money. Remember, by 8th house is someone invests in us, like whether it's a loan, whether it's a governmental support, whether it's your family or parents borrow you, lend you some money, so you can proceed with what you love doing. And 5th house is indeed what we love. It's our hobby, but also with the potential to become our own vocation, our business. So here maybe you discover some very unorthodox, unusual hobbies. As per Mars, it can be something of high speed, it can be something related to engineering or warfare, martial arts. Uranus is technology, science, it's astrology, it's astronomy. So maybe you want to buy yourself a telescope to observe the stars and open a blog about it, because Uranus is also internet. And Rahu, it's popularity, it's expanding everything. So that's great, but also don't be very pushy to risk, because fifth house is very risky investments. And here, Uranus also doesn't like much to research, Mars is impatient, Rahu is about trial and errors. So here you might be prompted to maybe invest money in something like Bitcoin or I don't know, something even more modern and more risky at that time. Here we have this influence of Saturn though, because on the 31st, as we have on the 31st, this wow, quantum conjunction of Uranus and Rahu in Taurus that talks about the future. Maybe aliens will invade the world or something, but most probably it will be actually about agriculture, food, supply chains, and finances. But at the same time, Mercury opposes Saturn, so we have this kind of triangle on the sky, which in astrology it's called a T-square. So there is this base, which is an opposition. In your case, Mercury in 8th house, dreaming about business and children and basically receiving support and sharing with the others. And Saturn is a bit of a party pooper. Well, it's your ruler, so let's respect him. And he's in your 2nd house. So Saturn wants serious consideration of your financial possibilities, your physical possibilities, how well your body is taken care of, how well are your material foundations built, because Saturn is the big builder. It's slowly but surely, big brick by brick, step by step. And first you need to build a solid foundation and then already erect the rest of the house, which can be the business, the family, and so on. So, as I said at the beginning of the video, end of July is a time of scaling and possibly being very discerning, reasonable, practical, because Saturn doesn't allow this passionate and futuristic ideas of Uranus to immediately happen. So yeah, Saturn will ground you quite a lot here, and don't worry, remember that the resolution of all these ideas most probably will come not now yet in July, but already in late autumn or after autumn this year, after Uranus squares Saturn for the last time. Yeah, because Uranus maybe wants you to risk somehow financially. Mercury wants you to borrow money, but Saturn in the 2nd house wants you to save for the, as we say in my country, white money for black days ahead. Right, and last but not least, on the 28th, we have a new moon at 5 degrees of Leo, and that's your 8th house. So new passion, new level of intimacy with your partner. Psychologist who will start helping you deal with your inner fears and insecurities. New possibility for loans and shared resources and financial support. End of crisis situations as well, hopefully. This new moon conjunct Ceres, the asteroid talking about food, nutrition. So how do we nurture ourselves in this case, maybe our partner, and motherhood. As well, this new moon is trined by Jupiter, that brings in the picture more faith and optimism. At this time, Jupiter is stationed to go retrograde. Jupiter doesn't move from the 26th to the 26th of July to the 1st of August. That means the whole attention of the universe is to this planet. In the public space, of course, it can be about trials, morality, international affairs, legal matters. Being in Aries, it might be related to warfare. In your case, Jupiter rules 12th and 3rd house, so certainly we talk here about your intense focus on travels, communication, documents, maybe business related to foreigners, or any sort of dealing with people from abroad, exotic countries, possibly travel to somewhere overseas. And Jupiter is currently in 4th house, so as well, kind of attention to the matters of living space, property, and family. Very interesting month, Capricornians. Well, thank you so much for watching, liking, sharing my videos, for subscribing to my channel, which really helps the channel and hence me professionally grow and develop. I wish you a marvelous, great, successful, interesting, pleasant month of July. Take good care of yourself and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.